Hello guys, what's up? This is ScherBR talking. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is about romancing SaGa universe. We will be talking about some news, upcoming events, and the upcoming maintenance. I think we need to talk about what's to come. There are some interesting things to talk about. So instead of using the in-game news, we will be going to the in-game news from browser because it's a little better to have everything zoom in. So let's talk about the first thing we didn't talk yet. It's the Platinum Summon change. We have two new styles. We have Bokhon now added to the Platinum Summon and Miriam. Miriam is not so interesting. I already talked about her in Bokhon. Bokhon is exactly a good STR debuffer, but I'm still saving my tickets. I don't know if I really want to get Bokhon. I already have two STR debuffers. I don't need another one, so I'm still saving my Platinum tickets. And the second information is about the upcoming maintenance that will be on this reset. I'm recording this 2 hours from the reset, and I'll be posting this very close to the reset as well. We will have a 4 hours maintenance that will be adding some new stuff. I'm pretty sure they'll be adding more than just that, but they are just talking about the Hidden Dojo here. This was known on the Japanese version as the Back Dojo. It's just a different dojo where you can train for real. You have to face some enemies with different formations and strategies, and you have 3 difficulties. You have some chances to do that daily. You can farm some materials. You can also use that to unlock hidden attributes for your character development, and also awakening books. That's interesting because of that. It's a feature that I was kind of very excited to get released because I want to make videos about it. There's some very interesting strategies on defeating the enemies here as well. So yeah, this is very interesting. It's after this Hidden Dojo, we're getting some more things that kind of change the gameplay, but this one is a very good addition. They will also be changing some stuff about the description of formation and some other issues and translations that were wrong. So the only important thing that they are talking about is this. We will be getting a new event, we will be getting a new chapter for main story, and probably some new banners as well that will not be released after the maintenance, but will be released later. But I will wait for some data minings if people do that on the SaGa Discord channel, because that's where we get more important information. So this is only about the maintenance. Let's keep talking about some other stuff. Now let's just talk about the Hair of the Silver Heart. This is an upcoming event that introduces a new character to the game. That's Selma. We can farm for her S style and also summon for her SS style. We can get also 8 Gen Golden boxes. That is interesting because we will be able to awaken lots of characters. You see there's 8 different colors. That means 1 for every different awakening skill. That can help us a lot. There are some characters that really need awakenings to become better on doing AoE damage or just single target damage. And I don't know if this event will be similar to the Japanese version. They had a whole month for good things to farm and lots of events going on the same time. I don't know if they will make something different here. So you see the banner actually has Selma and Captain Hawk. There's also a very interesting thing that this event is limited. Always when they call it Romancing Festival, it means that it's limited. It's a type of celebration. And this is the pirate event, just for shorts. And you see Captain Hawk is a pirate, Selma is a pirate, but they are also releasing something here that medals that you get by summoning will be increased by 10%. So let's just try to calculate. We have to do 15 multiples to get the PD character. And by getting 10% more, it means that we'll be able to save at least 1 multi and a half. You see 13.5 multis to get the guarantee character from this banner. It will help you a little, but I don't know if this is so interesting. We need to talk about the characters. That's why I'm making this video. So let's just get to the page. We will be talking about those characters. Let's start with Captain Hawk. Because Captain Hawk is, I think he's not the most interesting one. He can be useful depending on the situation and the characters that you have available. So you see Captain Hawk is a character that we already had 2 styles, an A and an S style. Neither the A or the S style are interesting actually. And this is the first SS style of Captain Hawk. Captain Hawk is an X user, so you see he tries to increase a lot of SDR and then endurance. He has a little of charm. That's interesting because he needs charm, because he needs more healing. And all the other status are actually average, not so bad, but actually average. He has an intelligence that's only 30% of correction. That's cool. But he's a debuffer, I don't know. He can debuff as well, and this will kind of hold up a little on his debuff chances. But let's just talk about his skills. He can inherit one for either A or S Hawk. You see that? Let's see what one will be interesting. I think this one is called Head Piece Split. It's actually probably Head Splitter. It can debuff. It says here that it's physical strength. That is endurance. I'm not so sure. And he also has his other one that reduces agility, Huge Slash. So any of those two here will be useful for him. But the other, the S version barely has anything interesting. You see single enemy, and yeah, only single enemy. Hawk himself, for his SS style, he has 3 skills. These skills are not so bad. Actually, this first one here, I don't know what's the translated name. And it's C power with 5 BP. It's just the same as Smash from Great Sword users. That's kind of the best 5 BP coast skills for the start of the game. Then he has Crescent Slash, it's called Engetsu-zan, but it's Crescent Slash, that's vertical row. And B power with 10 BP, that can be reduced to 8. It's very interesting, it's the same skill that Aoi has. And the last skill is Hawk Blade. This one is double S damage. It's very close to Beer Crush. Beer Crush has 48 power, this one has 50. Just a little more. But it has an increased BP cost. And that's actually not so interesting because it starts with 14, can be reduced to 11. So you can never start the battle with this one. It will be even harder to train to get some skill ups. But it also gives him a taunt chance. It's very similar to, say, let's compare him to Albert. Albert has a very similar skill that in his case is called, what is the name of that again? Let's just get here to Albert. Immortal Blade or something like that, I'm not so sure. So Albert has this immovable sword. It's just the same. Actually, his version has a little more power. He's 54, but it has delay, so it's always used last. When compared to Captain Hawk version, Captain Hawk version is a little weaker, but doesn't have this delay chance. So let's just get Captain Hawk here again. So you see, it's interesting because Captain Hawk wants to be a taunter. You see 69 is not so high, the other Hawk has 90. That can still be good because his bonus is based on STR and endurance. So he tries to compete for the same slot as New Year's Polka or Albert. Let's talk about his ability to understand a little better. Tension up is just the same as Fired Up 3. So 10% increased damage all the time. Not so much, but helps. The second one is the best one, in my opinion. Absorption Attack 3. When he is attacking, he has a 25% chance of healing. So this is very nice. We need this with tanks because, you see, they will be hitting all the time and can reduce the need of healing. And the last one is called Gaze Concentration. He will try to cast taunt. He will not try, he will always do that. So this is interesting because you see Albert doesn't have the 100% taunt. This one is 100%, so it can help in some situations, especially against some bosses like attacks, because you see done target attacks. If he already provokes on the first turn, that can help depending on this formation that you're using. And he can also be used on the Speculation formation instead of Imperial Cross. You can get him to the first slot and he will do damage and also provoke while increasing his damage. You see, it's interesting for him. So yeah, this is the things that he has, but the problem is just this, the last skill, Hawk Blade. I don't know if this will be the same name. It's 14 BP, that if you already use it Albert, you just feel the same thing because they are very similar on this regard at least. Yeah, Captain Hawk can be skipped if you already have a taunt character. Albert still has parry, and parry can be very important if you are facing an enemy that has lots of single target attacks. But if the enemy doesn't have single target attacks, Hawk will be actually a little better, okay? So now let's just check for Selma. Selma is a happier user, and she is, in my opinion, more interesting than Hawk, especially for those that do not have a very strong happier user. Let's check here for, let's see, Selma. And Selma is a pirate, very interesting. She has silver hair. A lot of people will like this girl here. On the same event, we'll be able to farm her S style, and then we'll be summoning for her SS, this one here. And she will still have 2 other SS versions in the future. One of them is very strong, but, well, let's talk about this when the time comes. You see, this Selma here is the one that we'll be summoning for. She has not so interesting first skill, is High Speed Trust. I don't know what's the name of this on the translation. The second one increases agility by 15 up to 25%. That's on maxed rank number 9. And it's B power, so it can be reduced to 6. It's not so bad in my opinion. And she kinda is developed to get very high agility and dexterity, but she wants to attack first. Not all happier users want to attack first, but if you are using her on the Hunter's Gambit formation, she will just get reduced agility, and even with this boost, she may still not attack first. This is a problem. But in the future, I think in 1 week we'll be getting Chapter 10 from Story Mode that will get new formation where you can use 2 happier users without the same agility debuff. So that can be interesting. So you see, this will be better in the future than now. And the last one is called Falling Flower Running Water. This is a very strange name. She's exactly Pierce plus Cold damage. And it's only S power. This is not so good. You see, actually, the weakest double S power, if I remember correctly, is 45. So she's losing something by getting a skill that's 13 BP. Can be reduced to 10 so she can start the battle with it. But she can learn a new skill from her S style. Let's compare the other style. Here, she can get this Circle Dance Sword. Exactly, a Sword Ballet. That's okay. She also can get Electric Shock. That can paralyze. I use this with Monica. And actually, as Monica can get Sword Ballet. So, a lot of the skills can be used by Monica as well. And this is why she's competing a lot with Christian's Monica. I think that she will only do enough damage to compare to the other version of Monica, that being Christmas Monica, if she hits an enemy that's more weak to cold than pierce. So, yeah, it's another option to deal more damage. So let me just click here because this is the version that we'll be getting. Yeah, this is one here. This is the problem. I don't think she's all that good. I think both her and Captain Hulk are just another additions to our formations. They do not bring anything new or unique as much to be so important. People that do not have Christmas Monica will have at least a character that has a lot of dexterity. She has 85. That's good for the current level of the game. But it's nothing special. I don't know. I don't think I will summon for them both. I will try to think about it later. We also have this other character here that's Butcher. And he will get an SS style in the future, but it will take some time. And also Galahad. You have Galahad. We have the S version of Galahad. You'll be getting the A version. And then in the future, we'll be able to summon the SS version as well. So you can kind of get this one thinking about the future, but it doesn't have any interesting skill to pass on. See, let's just get here. It has an S damage with 14 BP equals. That's too much. And at least Swing could be interesting for the older version, but I don't know. I don't think it's good to summon for A Galahad, thinking about the future Galahad. We also have another chance to summon these Parrots because they will come back in some different banners. Well, I think this is it, guys. This is my opinion on these characters, and well, if you are thinking about summoning them, think well if you have space on your formations in your squad to add those characters, because if you already have Albert, if you have already New Year's Spoken, and even if you already have Gustav, maybe you do not need Captain Hulk. And if you already have Christmas Monica and Robin, you do not need Selma. Okay, so think well, decide upon the best decision, and we see each other on the next video. Bye.